Hello everyone, welcome to our subject HPC 5, Applied Business Tools and Technologies. Today we will be reviewing the preliminary exam that we had. We had 75 items. We will be reviewing it one by one. We'll get to know why the answer is that and why the answer is not that. So stay tuned. Before we start, let me request that you have your handout with you so that you'll be able to check the lessons we had and you had before with the other instructors. So have it first before we'll start. While waiting, shout out kay Kent Magalion. Shout out. So let's start. First year, we'll start with Unit 1. So have your Unit 1 handout, Introduction to Applied Business Tools and Technologies. So I already sent the PDF to you. So let's start with this as number 1. It is anything that helps the business meets its aims. The options are technology, consumable, and business tool. Obviously, the answer is business tool. Can you look at your handout? You have here, what is a business tool? So, business tool, as defined here, anything that helps the business meets its aims. So, the answer is business tool. It is an item that the tools require to be able to function. The options are technology, consumable, and business tool. By the way, what is a consumable? Consumable is an item that the tools require to be able to function. So, it's not technology, it's not a business tool, because we all know that business tool is, as defined in number 1, it is anything that helps the business meets its aims. So the answer is consumable. Next, give an example of a software application. You have your word processing packages, internet browsers, or all of the other choices given. So in your handouts, software applications may include word processing packages, spreadsheet packages, accounting packages, database packages, presentation packages, and internet browsers. So in the options, we have word processing packages and internet browsers. Therefore, the answer is all of the other choices given. You are asked to buy a tool to help achieve the business aims. What should you consider? So the answer is portability, because the tool considerations are portability, requirement of training, usage that involves a cost for the organization, requirement for maintenance, and possibility of repair issues. Differentiate consumable and business tool. So we all know that business tool is anything that helps achieve business aims. So number 1, none of the other choices given. It's either 2 or 3. So number 2, consumable is anything that helps business meet its aim, while business tool is an item that the consumable required to be able to function. So as we read here in our notes, consumable is an item that the tools require to be able to function. So the answer is number 3, because consumable is an item that the tools require to be able to function, while business tool is anything that helps business meets its aims. How can a tool register help the business? A tool register shows a list of all tools that are to be controlled. The answer is number 1, because a tool is indeed a list of all tools that are to be controlled. It is not a tool register that helps the business tool to function, because it's consumable, and it's not tool register establish rules or policies on tool use. Why is it needed to establish rules or policies on tool use? Because tools are rare to be found, because some of tools are too expensive to be bought, or number 3, because some of the tools have the possibility being used for private use. So here in our handouts, for some of the tools, there is a possibility of it being used for private use. Therefore, the business needs to establish policies or rules regarding the usage of tools. The answer is 3. Why is it needed to consider the cost of the call when using landlines? So let's read. Landlines or landline telephones can be expensive to the business in normal practice and very expensive if not controlled. So it is very expensive if not controlled. So the answer should be landline can be expensive to the business in normal practice and very expensive if not controlled. It's not controlled because it's very cheap. It's not controlled because it can be inexpensive as long as it is not controlled. The answer is number 3. Compare processing reservations and processing financial records. The answer is they are both work tasks. Why? Here in the handout, work tasks may relate to processing reservations, underlying stock takes, processing financial records, and producing documentation. So in number 2 and number 3, we have processing reservations, and also we have processing financial records. So the answer is number 1. They are both work tasks. Identify which of the following may be included in the business tools. 1. Information, 2. Equipment, or 3. All of the other choices given. The answer is number 3. Why? Because business tools may include information, knowledge, and other intellectual resources, finances, facilities, equipment, stock, and supplies. So information and equipment is part of the examples. Justify why printer is considered as a business tool in hotel business. Is it a business tool because printer requires maintenance? Or is it a business tool because printer has a possible repair issues? Or all of the other choices given? The answer is number 3. Defend why power cables are considered as associated equipment for a printer. So we have almost near count of answers. For number 1, 86 answered, and number 2, 76. So difference of 10. Now let's review the options. Number 1, power cables. Without it, the printer cannot be plugged into the power source. Number 2, power cables provide power to the printer. It is a source of power. Number 3, power cables are considered consumables of the printer. We all know that consumables are something needed not part of the business tool, but it is something that is used in order for the business tool to function. Therefore, power cables is not consumable, so it's not the answer. So we're looking for an associated equipment. Number 2, power cables provide power to the printer. Now, power cables do not provide power to the printer, and it's not the source of power, but through it the printer can have power. Why? Because without it, the printer can't be plugged into the power source. And we all know that associated equipment includes power cables, lens for cameras, memory cards, mice, carry bags, cleaning cloths. So the answer is number 1. Explain why we need to inform staff of usage rules of business tools. Here, in the handouts, it was said that for some of the tools, there is a possibility of it being used for private use. Therefore, the business needs to establish policies or rules regarding the usage of tools. So what should be done? Establish rules or policies on tool use. So the answer is number 2, because the staff might use of the business tools for private use if they are unaware of the usage rules. However, we also consider that number 1 is an answer. The staff will learn on how to use the business tools in accordance to its manual. Relate the brand to the model of a business tool. 1. They are both not found in a tool register. 2. They are both found in a tool register. 3. They are both associated equipment. So let us check in the associated equipment if it's part. Associated equipment examples are power cables, lens for cameras, memory cards, mice, carry bags, cleaning cloths. We haven't found any brand or model. So let us look at the tool register. Tool register is a list of tools that are to be controlled, and a register should have all the details. The following should be recorded in the register: brand, model, purchase date, and the others. So therefore, it's number 2. They are both found in a tool register. Break time, okay? So let's take a break first. While having a break, let's have a game. And to those who can answer my question will have a prize. So I will be giving a question and you will be answering it through the comment section. Just comment the answer and that's it. Just comment the answer and say something about this video. Whoever got the correct answer with a very good comment about this video will have a prize. I will be telling that in my next video. Okay? So let's take a break. The question is, leave in English. When did I came back from my leave? Sakto ba? Basta, kanusa ako nagbalik, ikan ko nag-leave. Kanusa? Ako pinaka first day pagbalik. Comment below. We're back, so let's continue the review. Okay? It is a software needs to be maintained like any other tool. Therefore, let's read the handout. As for software, it is also a tool that needs to be maintained like any other tool. It presents unique challenges to the business. Some of it often required in an emergency. Serial numbers may also be required and stored separately. Storage material may not suit a new computer. Very attractive for theft. So, if a software needs to be maintained like any other tool, therefore, it's either number 1, it has unique challenges like serial numbers will not be required, or number 2, it has any unique challenges like often not required in an emergency, or number 3, it has unique challenges like it will then be very attractive for theft. Kindly take a look at it. Number 1, it said it has unique challenges like serial numbers will not be required. In the handout, serial numbers may also be required. It didn't state that it's not required. Number 2, it has a unique challenges like often not required in an emergency. But here, often required in an emergency. But here, not required in an emergency. Therefore, the answer is number 3. Why? It said here, some of it can be very attractive for theft. Is the CCTV part of business technologies? Number 1, yes, because it is an item that business tools require to be able to function. It is an item that the business tools require to be able to function. No, that is a consumable. Number 2, yes, because business technology may include security surveillance technology. Let's check on that. Here, business technology may include computer equipment, digital cameras, security surveillance technology, handheld input devices, communication system. Therefore, CCTV is a security surveillance technology. So, the answer is number 2. What is number 3? No, because it is a consumable of a security surveillance technology. It is not the answer. If you are to ask to create a tool register, what are its contents? Number 3 is 1 laptop, 1 mouse, 1 hard drive. Number 2, 1 set of HP printer ink, 2 reams of A4 bond papers. Number 1, 1 unit of HP Pavilion BM4 notebook, 1 unit of A4 Tech mouse, 1 unit of WD external hard drive. So let's see. Tool register will provide the information required to be able to care for and maintain the tool. The following should be recorded in the register: brand, model, purchase date, supplier, warranty expiry dates, department, physical location, serial number, asset number, barcodes, associated equipment, storage location. So therefore, the nearest answer would be number 1. Because it was stated here that it has quantity, unit, brand, model, and what is that thing? It's a notebook. 1 unit of A4 Tech mouse, 1 unit of WD external hard drive, while the others just say 1 set of HP printer ink, 2 reams of A4 bond papers. Then, no specifications. Samot na ni. 1 laptop, 1 mouse, and 1 hard drive. And by the way, number 2, they are both consumables. Develop a statement of employment contract with regards to the usage of business tools. Is it number 1, the user or the employee, if he or she damaged the business tool, she will be liable for the repair or replacement of the item? Or it's number 2, the user or employee agrees to be responsible for the regular maintenance of the business tool? Or number 3, all of the other choices given? Most of you answered number 3. Let's check. Employment contracts can specify special considerations regarding employment before they commence to work, meaning they have something to be agreed on. They will have a contract and they will sign it, meaning they will agree that when you start work, when you are working here, you should do this or you should do that. Therefore, it's both correct that the user, employee, if she damaged the business tool, she will be liable. Or the user agrees to responsible regular maintenance. So either of the two. So both answers are correct. Number 3. Which of the following can be considered as a technology being used by a hotel business? Most of you answered number 2. Number 2 is front office clerk being trained to use new and updated hotel technologies. While number 3, approved mission and vision of the hotel. Obviously, it's not the answer. While number 1, which is the correct answer, got numbers of 67, while 122 of you answered number 2. Number 1 is messenger chatbot for automated responses. Now, let's go back to the definition of business technology or the examples. Business technology may include computer equipment, digital cameras, security surveillance technology, handheld input devices, or communication systems. Now, you have answered front office clerk, meaning it's human, it's a person. However, it is trained to use new and updated hotel technologies. No matter what is the training, trained or not, considering that it's a human, front office clerk being trained is not the answer, because it's not a technology. It's a human, part of the workforce. Therefore, it's number 1, messenger chatbot for automated responses, because communication systems is an example of business technology, and messenger chatbot for automated response is an example of communication systems. Who among the following has provided a business tool for Mr. P? Okay. Is it Roxanne, who discovered a stove with controlled heat technology? Is it Leia, who came up with a computer that can save unlimited data storage? Or is it number 3, Annie, who invented a super lightweight bed mattress? Now, the answer is number 1, but most of you answered number 2. Why? Number 1, Roxanne discovered a stove with controlled heat technology. Okay. Well, number 2 came up with a computer that can save unlimited data storage. No. What is Mr. P? We all know that Mr. P is an establishment wherein they provide food for the customers. Therefore, they are using kitchen utensils, items found in the kitchen. For example, the stove, the pots, the pans, and etc. So, having number 2, a computer that can save unlimited data storage, it's not their aim, okay? Their aim is to provide good food in an effective and efficient way. So, the answer is number 1, because Roxanne discovered a stove with controlled heat technology. That's the correct answer. Because it provided something to help the aim of the business. To help achieve the aim of the business. The Books Hotel is having a difficulty in cleaning all of their soiled linens at once. What solution shall you offer? So let's look for the best answer here. Number 1. Train housekeepers to do efficient laundering. Number 2. Temporarily pause the hotel operation. Number 3. Purchase an industrial laundry equipment. Okay, the question here is that the Books Hotel is having a difficulty in cleaning all of their soiled linens at once. What solutions shall you offer? Now, if you answer number 1, to train housekeepers to do efficient laundry, would it solve the problem? Okay, that to train housekeepers to do efficient laundry. The question here is having difficulty in cleaning all of their soiled linens at once. So, if ever they were trained to do efficient laundering, if they don't have that machine, it would still be useless. Okay, so they need to purchase an industrial laundry equipment wherein they can launder the soiled linens at once. If you are to make a website for Books Hotel, which would have is the best site name? Number 1, www.hotelinmalaybalay.com. How many hotels do we have here in Malaybalay? More than 1. Meaning, having this name, hotelinmalaybalay.com, will not allow the prospect customer, to know Books Hotel. They will just know Hotel in Malaybalay. It's more of a directory of all hotels in Malaybalay, not Books Hotel. Number 2, cheapest hotel in Malaybalay, bookshotel.com. Isn't that too long? Number 3, bookshotel.com. Simple, and it tells what it says. Books Hotel. So that's it. Thank you for watching the video. If you liked it, kindly subscribe, like, and share it to your classmates, so that kindly click the notification bell so that you will be able to see all of the videos we'll be sharing to you with regards to our subject. So thank you.